Hey, so today I want to talk about learning how to tune in to your own self, what's going on internally. Um, and one thing that's really helped me, and I'm going to talk about like other ideas as well, but I'm just going to start off with what's helped me because that's what I know from my experience. So I'm not going to talk to you too much about stuff that I've heard just because I haven't really tried those things. But um, so meditation, which I believe I've talked about a little bit on other videos, but um, when you meditate, um, there's something about being still. Um, so, like, whenever you're running around, you've got all these thoughts that are kind of going through your head, and you're just like, oh, I need to do the laundry. I need to check the email. Oh my gosh, I need to make that appointment. Oh, I need to respond to that text message. Where's my phone? Or, just all these thoughts that are going through your head, like, when you're running around, or, like, depending on your work job at where you work, you might not even have time to even think about anything but what you're doing at that moment. Like, maybe you're a waitress and you have to do gazillion things at a time, or you're a receptionist where you're answering the phone and sending out emails and you know doing whatever. And so it's really just being able to find that time to meditate, because well, for me, I'm speaking like how it's helped me. So it's a time for me whenever I do it. A lot of times I do the guided, because if I do anything else, sometimes my monkey mind just kind of goes way out there and I forget that I'm even supposed to be meditating anymore. Um, but so I'll do like guided, and even still, like with that, your brain will still, because you're trying to create new neural pathways to stay focused on what they're saying to do. And so some of the guided meditations will kind of take you to kind of filling in, um, like, it'll say something like, we're going to start with your feet. um, you know Bring your focus to your feet, and are you noticing anything that's coming up? Are you feeling anything? And then it'll just go all the way up to like your legs, your arm, your belly, like, so it'll just go to different places, and then just kind of feel, like, if you don't feel anything, then that's good too, because now you know what it feels like to not feel anything. And so when you do feel something, then you're more like, hey, I'm starting to feel something in my leg. Your body will whisper little things to you before it starts screaming. um, I think about like people that sometimes take care of their car more than they take care of themselves. Like, they see a check engine light on and they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta get, or my car's making a sound, or it's making a smell. And what do? We go and get it fixed. We feel like that's top priority, because I need my car because it's gonna make me money. Like, but what about your body? Like, when it starts doing that, do you make that a priority to check out what's going on? Find out what's going on here. Like this, I've felt this feeling a couple times. But not only that, like, you know trying to identify, because, like, your brain and your gut are connected. So being able to identify, like, where you're feeling like, stuck. you know uh, from my experience, in times that I feel stuck, I feel it in my gut. Just like right here, I just feel just like kind of an ache. you know and the only way that I can describe it is, it just feels like a apple or something is like stuck there, and it's just really uncomfortable. And from my past experience, a lot of it has to do with stress, some emotions going on. I'm feeling stuck in life. A lot of times where there's pain coming up, or discomfort, dis-ease, there's also probably some emotions that are there too. One of the things, like in counseling, they would ask me, we would be talking about a situation, and they would ask me, where are you feeling that at? And sometimes I really wouldn't even feel it anywhere, and I'm just like, I don't feel it anywhere, but I think it's a practice, being able to really go within and get in tune with your body, and being able to know what feels right and what feels, doesn't feel right, and use that too as like a compass whenever you're making decisions. That gut, I mean, that's why they say you have a gut feeling. If something doesn't align with what you feel is right, it's not something that you have to do. So just being able to really just focus on what's going on inside your body, and paying attention to it, because those emotions, things get into different parts of our body, inflammation, things get into different parts of our body, and it's because it has nowhere else to go. If you suppress emotions, it gets into your body. It's got to store somewhere. It's got to go somewhere, and that's why they say, like, to release your emotions. Like if you're angry, let it out. They actually have like places where you can go and you can like break plates. Do whatever. One time I was like really mad, and I couldn't do anything. Like, you can also do like this body scan, where it's basically a meditation, really. But so yeah, it is a meditation. So I tried doing that. I laid on the ground to do a body scan, and just I couldn't. I was just so angry, and I just went for a run. And movement is the best way to release some emotions. Dance, go for a run, walk, whatever. Just go outside and yell, or just whatever. Vent your frustration. You can also do tapping. That's another, I can get into that some other time, but it's also a technique to release some emotions. And it helps with like your nervous system as well. So just think about what you feel like is a good way. I'm trying to think of like some other ways. I guess some other ways would be just to, I mean, if you're good at too, like in the mornings, just laying there and just whatever comes up, whatever you're feeling. So that's always a good one too. It's always hard for me to like kind of talk about stuff that I haven't really had experience with or done myself. So I'm gonna try to really. I mean, I do want to open the door for because I have to realize that not everything that works for me will work for everybody. But that's why I like doing health coaching too, because it's not about me telling people what to do at all. Like, coaching is basically just helping people find what's within them and drawing it out. You already have all the answers within you. It's just sometimes we need somebody to come alongside us and just ask us the most powerful questions, and it's questions that we're not going to ask ourselves, and if we do, we might not even answer them. So it's things like that, because it's hard. Journaling has helped me with that in a way, but even I have people that I go to and I'm like, hey, I'm feeling stuck and I'm starting to really feel it. It's it's kind of getting in the way of me doing anything. Like, I feel like I really need to do this. I need to focus on this because it's getting in my way. And I've tried all the things by myself, and I think that I just need to ask for assistance. So, yeah, I'll probably touch more on this because I feel like it's such a huge topic. But I guess just the big thing, just to really start going within, because that's where all your answers are. And you know, our we look for happiness on the external a lot of times, and your true happiness is right there inside you, and you already have it. It's already there. You don't have to do anything to gain it. You've already got it. No money can buy it. Nothing can take it away. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. So y'all have a wonderful day, rest of your day, and I just hope something wonderful happens. Bye.